I've got 10 tips to help you lose weight and or maintain weight loss in 2024, so stick around. Hi, Debbie Chu here from Chew on Vegan, and welcome back to my kitchen. You know, 2024 is right around the corner, and today I'm going to be sharing with you 10 tips that I think will be very helpful for you in starting the new year off on the right foot. So if you want to lose weight, or maybe you're at your goal weight and you want to maintain that, then I think these tips will be helpful for you. I'm also going to be sharing with you what's next for my channel, what are the changes I'm making, what am I going to be adding, so make sure you stay tuned to the end for that. So the first tip I want to give you is you need to understand what calorie density is. And I have a link to a calorie density chart in the description box below, which is very helpful to give you a visual on what calorie density is in certain foods. So basically you want to eat lower on the calorie density scale. That way you'll feel full because you're able to eat a larger volume of food for few calories. And it was one of the ways that I was able to lose those last 20 pounds eating a whole food plant-based diet, but using the principles of low calorie density. I also have videos on my channel that addresses that very subject, and I will leave links to those in the description box below. So the foods that are lower in calories would be fruits, veggies, whole starches, beans, legumes, and then as you go up the chart there, you're going to have breads and pasta. You want to eat on the lower end, so you're really going to fill your plate with lots of veggies, and that's going to really help keep you full. The next tip is you want to prioritize eating whole foods. You want to stay away from processed foods. You want to stay away from foods that are in a box, like cookies and crackers. Those are going to be very calorie dense, and they're going to really slow down your weight loss, and you want to really try to avoid those. The next tip is you really want to embrace those fiber-rich foods, like fruits and veggies and beans, legumes. They have a lot of bulk, but they're low in calories. They're going to help fill you up. They're going to digest slower, so you're going to feel full longer. And I highly recommend that you add those into your meals. The next tip is a mindful eating kind of thing. And this is something that I do struggle with, that I really have to work on and practice, because when I grew up, I always ate really fast. So that was kind of my norm. Eat as fast as you can. So as an adult, I had to learn to slow down, and I still have to remind myself. So if I'm really hungry, I notice I'm just inhaling my food. I'm like, okay, take a breath, chew your food slowly, and just take your time. No one's going to take your plate away from you. So just really practice that, and it does take work, and I still struggle with that today. My natural instinct is just to inhale my food, and I really have to just stop and eat slowly, and that really will help you. And you want to do it away from the TV. You know, don't be on your phone and eating. You know, just focus on your meal. The next tip is you want to eat water-rich food, which would be, of course, fruits like watermelon, cucumbers, leafy greens. Those have a lot of water, and they're going to keep you hydrated. And a lot of times when you feel hungry, you're really just dehydrated. So make sure you're eating lots of water-rich foods. So watermelon, cucumber, apples, leafy greens, things like that. And the next tip is you want to avoid adding oils. Stop cooking with oil. You do not need to saute your foods in oil. You're just adding hundreds of calories to your meals, which I would much rather have more veggies and eat higher volumes of food than to add some oil to my dish while I'm sauteing. You can saute in water, you can saute in veggie broth, and you can caramelize onions even without oil. That's something we've just been kind of brainwashed with, that we need to add oil to brown our veggies. You really don't. Just try it and you'll see. Now, of course, you do want some fats, so you want to eat some avocados and some nuts and seeds. They are higher on the calorie density scale, but they are a really good source of healthy fat and to get your omega-3s and 6s. So just be careful when you're eating those. You know, you're not going to eat a jar of peanut butter. You're not going to eat handfuls and handfuls of nuts. You know, a little teeny handful of nuts. Now, if you're really beginning your weight loss, you might want to avoid those in the very beginning. But as you go on, you can incorporate those, especially if you are like me, you're postmenopausal. You're going to need that fat. You're going to need that healthy fat. The next tip is you want to add strength training. Again, if you're postmenopausal, perimenopausal, you want to incorporate strength training. You don't need to lift heavy weights, but you do need to incorporate some kind of weight training. And they can just be light weights at home, but you want to do that so you can retain your muscle mass. As we get older, our muscle mass will shrink. So we need to use those weights to help maintain that. And that's going to help with your balance, with just the everyday life, you know, getting in and out of the car, lifting up your grocery bags, things like that. You want to work on that. You know, you don't have to be crazy about it at first, but just think about incorporating that in your day-to-day. I go to the gym 3 days a week, and that's when I do my strength training. So you don't need to do it every day, but 2-3 days a week would be great. The next tip is you want to stay hydrated. Now, the rule of thumb is 1 ounce of water for half your body weight. So if you weigh 140, then you want to drink about 70 ounces of water. More would be great, but that should be your minimum. And of course, you're going to still continue to be eating the water-rich foods and drinking the water as well. The next tip is to plan balanced meals, and that includes doing some food prep. You want to get some food prep going. You want to bake some potatoes. You want to steam some veggies. You want to maybe make some cheese sauce. You want to have things ready in the fridge. And you want to make sure that your plate is balanced. I like to make my plate, half of it is greens, non-starchy vegetables. The other half is a starch, like a potato or rice. And then I like to add some tofu. So I'm adding a little bit of extra protein. I've got my starch, which is going to keep me satisfied. And then I've got all my non-starchy vegetables, which is going to help me feel full. And for me, being postmenopausal, I do like to add a little bit of protein to each meal. And I have noticed as I've gotten older that I really need to do that. It helps me feel a lot better and satisfied too. So don't be afraid of tofu or tempeh or soy curls. And if you're not gluten-free, you can use seitan. That's also good quality plant protein. And the last tip is consistency and being consistent. I think that's one of the most important things on a whole food plant-based diet, or any diet for that matter. But you want to be consistent, and meal after meal, you want to build your plate in that healthy way, in that balanced way, get those veggies in there, and you're just going to do that at every single meal. Now, if you fall off that plan, that's okay. Just next meal or next day, get right back on. You don't want to let it derail you for the long term and just say, oh, forget it. Now, I'm not talking about that this is going to be, oh, January 1st, we're going to gung-ho. No, this is the mindset you want to have, is that, okay, I'm going to change my lifestyle. This is going to be how I eat from now on. And this will maintain your health and your weight as well. It's wonderful to lose weight, but it's more important to keep it off for your health for the long term. The back and forth, losing a bunch of weight, gaining it back, that is detrimental to your health because you usually end up gaining even more weight back. So think about this as a lifestyle, not really a diet per se, and being consistent is going to help you be successful. So you want to build those habits of eating whole foods, stay away from processed foods, and you're going to see you will build momentum, and these will become habits, because motivation only gets you so far. You know, January 1st, everyone's gung-ho, woo, let's do it, and then your motivation is going to drop off. But if you keep that in mind, that you're doing this for your health, and okay, I ate that big fat pizza last night, but tomorrow morning I'm going to have my oatmeal with blueberries and bananas, and I'm going to start the day off right. So real important to be consistent. And that means 7 days a week. It doesn't mean on the weekends you go crazy, because then you just undid everything you did during the week and you're not going to be in a calorie deficit for the week. So it's very important. It doesn't mean you can't have something a little bit higher on the calorie density, but you want to have a cleaned up version. You know, I have pizza and tacos and lasagna and spaghetti, but they are healthier versions. And you can find those recipes all over my channel. So I know most of these tips you probably already know, okay? We've heard them all before, all right? But sometimes you need to hear them again, and maybe I said it a different way and it'll click. Who knows? But it's really important just to get down to these basics, and this is the way to ensure your success. So be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can get all these videos and learn about all this stuff. Now, as I said in the beginning, I want to tell you what's happening with my channel, what I'm changing, what I'm keeping the same for 2024. I'm going to continue to give you simple, easy recipes that anyone can make. And I'm going to continue to share my experience as a woman in her 60s that is postmenopausal, also my knowledge as a registered nurse, and someone who has been plant-based for over 13 years. Okay, I have a lot of information up here, a lot of things I can share with you and help you. So what's different is I'm going to start doing 2 videos a week. I'm going to be doing a shorter video that'll post Tuesday or Wednesday, probably like maybe 1 recipe, or it might be, oh, this is what I ate on vacation, those kind of videos. And then on Saturday will be a longer video, which will be like what I ate in a day, and maybe show you a video with 2 or 3 recipes. They'll be a little bit longer. So I'm going to start that in January. So for the most part, I'll be posting 2 videos a week. If you need more help, if this is all brand new to you and you're very overwhelmed, I do offer an online course. The link is down below, and it is really a comprehensive guide. It'll show you from point A to point B up to Z what you need to do, give you some recipes, and you know, my cookware I like to use, my gadgets, all that, and all the knowledge to help you be successful on a whole food plant-based diet. Or I should say whole food plant-based lifestyle. I'm also working on a cookbook, and I hope that that will be out March or April of this year. So you'll have all my recipes in one spot. And I know you've been asking for that, so I am working on it, so be patient. And please join my Facebook group. It's absolutely free. And there you're going to find like-minded people. You're going to get support. And I just want to thank my new subscribers and then the subscribers that have been with me from the beginning. I appreciate your support, and I'm so happy that you have stuck with me all this time. And I'm so happy if you're new and you're just joining. So I'm really excited about 2024. We're going to finish 2023 strong and then go into 2024 with all the tools we need in our arsenal, and we're going to be successful. And I'm going to sign off my videos like I always do. If you like this video, if you learned something, please give it a like and share it with your friends. And if you've made it this far in the video, comment below with 2024, and that way I know you made it to the end with me, and I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me that you guys watch my videos all the way through. It really does my heart good, and I really appreciate all of you, because I wouldn't be able to do this without you. Remember that all my recipes are good for you, they're good for the animals, and they're good for the planet, and what you put on your plate determines your fate and your weight. Stay tuned for the next video where I'll be showing you some great recipes, easy, basic, low-fat, whole food, no oil recipes. All right, take care.